Today I'm ranking every single bullet in Arena Breakout. Not just tier 5, not just tier 4, every single round. If it fits in a mag, it's in this video. And since the recent armor buff flipped the entire ammo meta upside down, you can't rely on old info anymore. By the end, you'll know exactly which bullet is the best for every single tier, whether you're broken desperate or rich and still clueless. Let's go. There are way too many bullets in this game and not enough time to chit chat, so we're jumping straight in. First up, automatic bullets, and by that I mean any cartridge that has at least one automatic weapon in this category. For example, 7.62x51 has the M24 and M110, which are semi-auto or bolt action, sure, but it also has the FAL and MK14, which are fully automatic, so it counts. Stuff like 7.62x54 and whatever the AX50 eats, we'll get to those later. Alright, we're starting with tier 6 bullets, and guess what? There's only one automatic bullets in this tier, and it's 7.62x51 M61. So yeah, by default it's the best automatic tier 6 bullet in the game, but honestly, even if it had a rival, it would still be sitting at the top. M61 just deletes. Alright, now tier 5. First of all, we're scrapping one stat right off the bat, penetration. Because between all 7 tier 5 bullets, the difference is barely 2 points. The highest is 54 and the lowest is 52. That's not a gap, so we're moving on. Pen doesn't matter here. Now let's get to the ranking, and at the number 7, dead last, we've got the subsonic bullets 7 and 12. Hold up, I know someone's already typed in the comments, but it's subsonic, just stay with me, let me explain. 7 and 12 has the lowest armor damage in tier 5s, just 22. It also has the lowest velocity, 295 meters per round. Second. That's not just low, that's borderline throwable, which means it's useless for long-range fights, and I'm not talking about the gun holding you back. This time, it's the bullet itself that's limiting you. Sure, it has its role, CQC, suppressed builds, silent kills, whatever, but we're not here to defend the bullets. We're not here to sugarcoat anything, we're here to rank. So yeah, lowest armor damage, lowest velocity, and only good thing going for it are the base damage and the price. Now about the price, we're not doing the old cheapest equal best filter. That logic's dead. We're going with the best equal most worth the money. 7 and 12 is cheap, second cheapest bullet in tier 5, and it does have the second highest base damage. That means it can destroy low tier players. But if you run into tier 6s, that armor is not going anywhere. Combine that with trash velocity and short range limitation, and that's why 7 and 12 sits comfortably at number 7. At number 6, we've got the 5.56x45 M995. Now yes, this thing is a laser, literally the fastest bullet in the game, clocking it at 1000 meters per second. Long range, easy. The recoil on most guns that use M995 is low enough to hold beam pressure. But here's the catch, it does nothing when it gets there. Armor damage 26, that's barely above tier 3 level. Base damage 42, the lowest out of all tier 5 bullets. That's 10 points less than 7 and 12, the one we just ranked dead last. And the price, 1700 per round, and if you're lucky, most days it's pushing 1900. And with the fire rate of most 5.56 guns, that's like burning money per second. You'll spend a fortune to do no damage, but hey, at least it's fast, right? M995 only makes it out of the last place because of one thing, it's the speed. That insane velocity makes it usable across any range, but if you took that away, this bullet would be chilling with tier 4s, pretending it belongs. So yeah, number 6. Alright, number 5 goes to 5.7x28 SS198. And why? Because it's the 5th best at everything. No, seriously, 5th highest base damage, 5th armor damage, 5th velocity, 5th price. This bullet doesn't even pretend to be special. It just shows up like, hey, I'm 5th. So that's where it goes. Base damage is 46, which sure beats M995, but barely. Armor damage 23, that's actually lower than M9, and still unimpressive. Velocity 800 meters per second, not bad, not great. Just sitting in it with that forgettable middle ground. And the price, it's decent, manageable, but these guns have high fire rates, so even manageable burns through your stats like a blender with no lid. SS198 is the bullet equivalent of mid. It doesn't fail, but it doesn't win anything either. Just shows up, stays quiet, burns your wallet, and leaves no impression. 5th place, fitting. At number 4, we've got a bit of a shocker, AP rounds, a bullet that used to be top 2 material, but after the armor system rework, it just got downgraded hard. Let's look at the stats first, because on paper, AP looks great, 3rd highest base damage, highest armor damage 32, and it's the cheapest tier 5 bullet in the game, sitting around 900 coins per round. Sounds like a no-brainer, right? Cheap, strong, armor shredding. Just buy and play, easy meta. But here's the twist, that armor rework introduced structure strength, changed everything. Back then, AP was the undisputed armor shredder, the reason AK had its own reputation. But now, it's not even shredding sleeves. Structural strength nerfed these bullets into the dirt. I mean, they still have the best armor damage on paper, but in the game, it's otherwise. Now add that to the second lowest velocity in tier 5, 730 meters per second, and you start to feel the cracks. It's cheap, yeah, but nothing is cheap without a reason. It's cheap because it doesn't work like it used to. You might not catch it at first, but trust me, it shows. That's why AP sits at number 4 now, still better than the mid-tier filler, but not the powerhouse it once was. Alright, now things are getting juicy. Number 3 goes to a bullet I forgot to rank in my old video, and honestly, that was a crime. It's the 5.45 by 39 BS. And boy, these rounds kill. Let me explain, or at least try to. Stat-wise, they don't look that special. Base damage, meh. Armor damage, also meh. They're not leading any stat chart. But in-game, these bullets shred, like, way more than they should. Maybe it's the guns, maybe it's the way they pair with the AK-74 family or the RPK. Maybe it's some dark magic, I don't know. But BS hits harder than the numbers suggest. It just feels like it deletes players fast. And then you look at the other stuff. Price, 1300 cones, that's the second most reasonable out of all tier 5s. Velocity, 830 meters per second, that's the third fastest bullet in this category. That speed keeps your spray tight and your target dead. So yeah, maybe on paper it's not a superstar, but in action, it's absolutely tier 5 silent killer. BS takes third place, not because of flashy stats, but because it wins fights. Now at number 2, we have another shocker, and I mean that in a very specific way. It's the DVC-12, a bullet I genuinely believe is the deadliest tier 5 in the game. No exaggeration, this thing melts T6 like it's tier 3. T5's already dead. DVC was made to delete T6 players, period. Let's talk numbers. It has the second highest velocity, 900 meters per second, so it's a literal laser beam. It has the second highest armor damage in tier 5s, and even though I said I wouldn't include penetration, it also has the second highest penetration. It's just built different. And it feels different too. You go into training mode, put a DVC mag on and shoot the T6 target, and watch how fast it drops. It doesn't struggle, it just erases. Now, here's the catch, and it's a big one. The price. This is the most expensive T5 bullet in the game, 2500 coins, and if you're lucky, you're basically paying for a tier 6 round, and honestly, it performs like one. So yeah, you're breaking the bank, but you're also breaking face shields. Base damage, still high, even for a 5mm, DVC keeps up with the big boys like 7.62. Despite being a smaller cartridge, that's impressive. So yeah, if we're talking pure kill power, DVC-12 is number 1, but when you factor in economy, availability, and practicality, it takes the silver, and it earns it with blood. And now, well, you already know, the best tier 5 bullet, the undisputed king, and of course, it's a 7.62. Now this cartridge is ruling the game. The best gun in the game uses 7.62. The best bullet in the game comes from the same family. It's a 7.62 by 51 M62. And it's not just as strong, it's another real. Highest base damage among all the tier 5s, not by 1 or 2 points, we're talking 10 full points. That's not even close, that's just disrespect. It doesn't hit hard, it hits different. Armor damage, third highest, velocity still solid at 4th. Price, the most reasonable in tier 5, sitting at around 1300, that's half of what DVC-12 costs. Like, what are we doing here? This is a robbery. You're paying mid-tier money for top-tier destruction. The crazy part, M62s used to be even worse of a problem. They had over 60 damage before the balance patches, and even now, there are still smoking enemies. So yeah, there's no, well, maybe if. No, M62 is the best tier 5 bullet because it is. Best stats, best performance, best kill power. Simple. And that was tier 5, but we are not even close to the end. There are still 4 whole tiers left to go. And don't worry, I'll make sure it stays interesting enough for you to watch it all the way. Now we're getting into tier 4 bullets, which honestly I should call the most used bullets in the game, because everyone's using them, Timmy or Rich, doesn't matter. I mean, even I use tier 4s sometimes, mostly for farming boss or cleaning up low tier players. I usually don't risk it, I stick to tier 5s for real PvP. But hey, sometimes you just need to save that coin, no shame in that. So yeah, let's rank the most used bullet tier in the game. Oh, and we've got a new guest here, it's the 9x19mm, 7 and 31. Yep, showing up for the tier 4 lineup this time. Let's see how it stacks up. And guess what? This guest sits right at the bottom. At number 8, we've got the 9x19, 7 and 31. And yep, the SMG rounds just can't keep up with the big dogs. Lowest base damage out of all tier 4s, second lowest velocity at 600 meters per second, and honestly, it's not even that cheap. So yeah, it proves what it is, an SMG round. The difference is clear, and that's exactly why it's the weakest. Coming right after that, and funny enough, it's the exact same order as tier 5. The second weakest tier 4 bullet goes to the SP6 and 7 and 9. These are both 9x39mm rounds, so for the stats, we just averaged them out. And boy, it's sad. Lowest velocity in the entire tier 4 lineup, 300 meters per second. At this rate, you might as well just throw the bullets with your hand, probably lands faster. And the armor damage, only 15. If the guy in front of you has 100 armor durability, good luck breaking that anytime soon. I mean, sure, it might penetrate eventually, but we're counting numbers here. Now yeah, it does have the third highest base damage, so it's good against unarmored or low tier players. But if you're fighting anyone serious, forget it. And for 400 coins per round, not worth. That's why it's number 7. At slot number 6, we have the SS190. And yeah, things changed. Last time I did this ranking, SS190s actually scored better than its big bro, the SS198. But not anymore, now it's fallen behind, right where it belongs. It's the most expensive tier 4 bullet, sitting at 600 coins per round, which is literally a tier 5 AP territory. And for what? One of the lowest base damage, lowest armor damage, and even low velocity. Like, why would you even pay that much for something that does so little? If it was 300 coins, maybe we'd talk, but it's not, so here it is. Tier 4's overpriced disappointment. And yet another 5mm disappointment, the 5.56x45 MA55A1. Now, if you pay close attention to the name, it literally says MA55, which is a tier 3 bullet with just an A1 slapped on it like a cheap upgrade. But guess what? That upgrade barely means anything. You get the second lowest armor damage, and the price, over 500 coins per round. Ridiculous. Sure, just like M995, it's a laser beam with 950 meters per second velocity, actually the fastest among all tier 4s. A1 has proven over and over again that it just doesn't kill, and that's why it's stuck here, disappointing, overpriced, and outgunned. At number 4, we've got the 5.45x39 BP bullets. The one bullet that's actually trying to restore the honor of the 5mm family. It's like the underdog that really wanted to make a comeback and almost did. These things are the cheapest tier 4 bullets in the game, literally tier 3 pricing for tier 4 performance. And you know what? They're actually okay, second highest velocity among all T4s, and while a base damage and armor damage don't look that impressive on paper, they've got that same BS bullet magic. They just kill better than their numbers suggest. But still, when stacked up against top 3, the BP just falls slightly short. And yeah, sad news for me actually. At number 3, we've got the 7.62x51 M80s. Now this one, it hurts a little. M80s used to be the top of the pack. They've got the highest base damage among all T4s, sitting at solid 65, decent armor damage of 21, solid velocity of 800 meters per second, even faster than M62s, and the price around 450 coins. Super fair. On paper, they look amazing, but here's where it goes downhill. If you're trying to use M80s on the guns like MK or FAL, you'll notice something. The recoil kicks like a horse. These guns punish you for missing, and that's the thing. You can't just rate a bullet without considering the gun it's fired from. M80s might be great stat-wise, but in practice, they're just not better than the top 2. Sad to say, they've fallen once again, now just number 3. Now the second best tier 4 bullet in the game, the DVP-88. And what do you know, just like its tier 5 brother, the DVC-12, it's holding the silver medal again. This time not because of its stats alone, but thanks to 2 new weapons that dropped into the game, which one of them was actually top 2 best weapons in the game this season. This cartridge is made to occupy the silver place. Stat-wise, clean, second highest velocity, top 3 armor damage, and while they're on the pricier end, about 500 coins per round, they deliver. You can actually fight T6s with these, you're not just forced to run. But again, let's just not get carried away, they're still tier 4, they don't hit like a tier 5, and certainly not like a monster sitting at number 1. And now, the king of tier 4, the absolute best bullet in this category, the 7.62x39 BP. Second highest base damage at 59, the highest armor damage out of all T4 bullets, and I'm not talking slight difference here. It's literally sitting at tier 5 level armor damage, like it's punching way above its weight. Sure, the velocity isn't anything crazy, it falls a bit short there, but now there is a twist. The price this season is dirt cheap. Like, I don't even know what happened. These bullets used to cost 600, 700 coins, now they're down to nothing. And for what they do, that's a straight up robbery. They're not just worth it, they're the best. No debate. The stats, the price, the performance, everything aligns. 762 BP rules tier 4. Alright, that was tier 4s. Now we're done ranking tier 5s, we're done ranking tier 4s. And I already know a lot of you guys are probably like, alright, I'm out. I'm not using tier 3, tier 2, or anything below. I'm not a Timmy. And you're right, if you use them, you are a Timmy. But let me make you a promise, I'm not gonna sit here and rank every single one of them, like tier 3s, tier 2s, and tier 1s. Because, to be honest, what's the point? Like I said, if you use them, it's over for you anyway. But hey, it doesn't hurt to learn a bit. Maybe one day you're down bad, maybe one day we gotta wipe. So, I'll make it super quick. I value your time, I value my time. Let's just speed run through tier 3s and below. And for the leg meta bullets, we have way too many of those. So I'll just give you the best of the best, no fluff. After that, we move to snipers. Alright, first let's just throw some of these tier 3 bullets straight out of the window. Like, they're out of the conversation. They don't belong in any list. Example, L191. 300 coins per round for tier 3. That's not just overpriced, that's stupid. Who in the right mind is paying 300 for a bullet that literally performs like it's made of chalk? Or even worse, anything over 200. Get out. Just please don't use these. If you do, I don't even know what to say anymore. Please don't use it, okay? I'm just crashing out thinking about it. But to be honest, if you're forced to run tier 3s, like really forced, we do actually have a few solid options. Not good, but solid, and I'll give you those. At the bottom of the list, spot number 5, we have the SP5. Cheap, sure, but it's a subsonic round, which means you're already nerfing yourself by playing tier 3, so don't nerf yourself twice by using a bullet that can't find long range. Coming in at number 4, the PP round. If you're to me, this is your jam. It's got decent range, decent damage, and the price won't make you cry. So yeah, if I was a Timmy, I'd definitely love this bullet. Third place goes to M855, the only 5.56 tier 3 bullet to ever make it to the top 3. And yeah, it's actually decent compared to the other trash around it. Plus, the guns that shoot this bad boy are fast, like F2K, one of the best budget options. It's a bit pricey for a tier 3, but hey, it's worth it. Second place, the DBP-87. 5.8 rounds are snagging silvers here. That's just wild. These bullets are cheap, solid, and get the job done. And at the very top, the undisputed best tier 3 bullet, the PS. Yeah, sure, there's also a T45M, but it's expensive and honestly not much better. So if you have to run tier 3, just go with PS and be done with it. And listen, I said it many times and I'll say it again, I'm not ranking tier 2 bullets. Alright, now we step into the most diverse category of bullets, the leg meta. These are the bullets you aim straight at the legs with because you love them. Or you don't, I don't know. Now here's the deal, a lot of you think that bullet becomes leg meta just because you shoot legs with it, but that's not how it works. I'll save you from that argument and just give you the best of the best. And no, this one's not in a particular order, we're just tossing them out. First up, we got the 5.56 by 45 HP bullets. Honestly, they only work thanks to the fire rate of the guns they're in. You spray fast enough, yeah, you'll rip those knees off. Next, the cheapest bullet in the entire game, LP. 3 coins. I don't think you heard me. 3. That means for the price of one M61, you could buy 1,000 of these. 1,000! And trust me, they will absolutely chew your enemy's toes off. If you're into that. Then we got the good old dum-dum. It's not the best if you ask me, but hey, if you're a rat and you're proud of it, you've probably already got this in your pocket. Now the 12x70 shotgun slugs. The type 8's perfect for spamming. You don't even have to aim, just hold the trigger and let destiny decide. Or if you want to get precise, go with the RIP slugs, a little more surgical with your foot murdering. And the king of leg meta, the R37F. Pair it with AR57 or the P90 and you'll get something rare. Actual range with a leg bullet, super high damage for a leg meta, and yeah, this is the best one. Alright, let's just wrap this whole feed thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't even like feed like that. Who does? Can we just move to the snipers? Okay, that was close. Sniper rounds. The best tier 7 bullets in the game, and matter of fact, the only tier 7 in the game, the 7 and 37. I don't even know why they exist, they just do, like pigeons or bad teammates. And I'm not even kidding, I once shot a tier 6 guy with it, and it bounced off. How, why, no one knows. But hey, they're T7, so technically they win by default. Now for tier 6s, we actually got a few more options. At the number 3 spot, we got the 762x54 SNBs. Decent stats, but they can't one-tap anything above tier 4 armors. So you know what that means, they ain't the best. Number 2, the .338 AP rounds. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that caliber. Super expensive, like 3000 coins per bullet, but to be fair, it can one-tap tier 5s. Not tier 6s though, so it gets the silver. And the gold medal, no surprise here, the most devastating bullet in the game, 12.7 by 99mm M2. This thing doesn't care what you're wearing. Tier 5, gone. Tier 6, gone. Entire bloodline, gone. Any range, any shot, one tap, no contest. Now tier 5 sniper rounds, we only got 2, 7BT1 and FMJ. And look, I've heard arguments for both. Some say 7BT1 has better pen, others say FMJ has better damage, but here's the truth, neither can one tap T5. So if you're paying 700, 800 coins for a bullet that can't even one tap, why are you even using snipers? Go semi-auto, go marksman, just not this. LPS is better because you can spam it with semi-autos. UPZ is the bullet you use in normal mode when life has officially beaten you. And the craziest part, we even have a tier 3 sniper round. The T46M, another black tip. Technically the best of the worst, but there's only one tier 3, so it's the best. I hate to say it. And that was it for today's video. Thanks for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Love you all. See you in a bit.